to get some spooky music going before we started episode 13 of Mindful Business, which is our Halloween party. I also just wanted to give myself a moment to share the space and pin some of the relevant tweets up at the top of the space since we have a lot going on today. I'm sure over the next 10 to 15 minutes, people will start to cycle in. But in the meantime, I am so excited because we have a special guest today. We have lovely Jana, and we also have Abby, as usual. So, how you doing, Abby? Happy Saturday. This is a new date and time for us. So, how you feeling?
Hello, my friend. Happy Saturday. This is actually such a fun, it's really fun, different energy all together to do it on a Saturday, but especially with our celebration. And I've been having fun putting a little costume together. So I'll share some pics in a moment. But thank you for all the work that you've done to make this such a special, fun event. I've been looking forward to it all week, and I'm extra excited to have our sister Jana here as our very first guest. We've really never had a guest speaker in our 13 episodes. And I think it's very auspicious that our 13th episode is on our Halloween celebration. And we have none other than my favorite spiritual advisor and sister, Jana, here with us today. I'm so excited for today.
Me too, and welcome, Jana. I feel like most of us here know who you are, but this is recorded and it's going to go on YouTube. So I need you to intro yourself and give us your spiel. Who are you, Jana, and what are you here to celebrate with us today?
Oh my goodness. Hello, sweet friends that I adore so much. I'm so honored to be your first guest. I know that I've come up and shared a little bit and certainly give you guys flowers in the past, but I love that our lucky 13th episode or your lucky 13th episode, gets to have me on board with it. So thank you guys for sharing your stage. I definitely am a huge, huge fan of mindful business in general, but certainly of the mindful businesses that the two of you guys are conducting each and every day. I'm such a huge fan of both of you and all that you're both doing in this world and in this space, and I'm just really grateful to be here. So a little intro to me. I also run a mindful business. I am a psychic and an energy healer. I am an astrologer and a writer and an artist and a whole bunch of other things. And I have been creating and building a mindful business for myself. Sort of for the past 10 years, I've definitely been full time in that business for the past 5 years. And it's been a journey and definitely had to, make sure that I was in alignment with the mindful parts of myself and make some sacrifices and also definitely take some big forward steps based on my mindfulness practice. But I could go on and on and on about myself, but I'm really not going to. I'm just going to park it there and just sort of say that I'm really, really grateful to be here with you guys. And as always, I love sharing space with you both. So thank you so much for having me.
It is our pleasure. We are so excited to have you. And as Abby said, it's so interesting that our Halloween party happens to be episode 13. Oh, how perfect and how fitting. So we have a lot going on today. For anyone who's just joined us, I'm going to give a little kind of summary of all the different giveaways that are going to happen today. I have also pinned a few tweets to the top of this space to make it really easy for everybody. So we have 3 different giveaways going on today for a Halloween party. And since this space is going to be about an hour long, probably every 15 to 20 minutes, we'll start announcing winners for these different giveaways just to keep it moving and kind of break it out. So we have a costume contest, which I'm so excited about. I do want to give a disclaimer and say this does not have to be what you're wearing right now, today, or this weekend. I am totally cool and fine with you sending a costume from last year, or just your best costume of all time. I don't care. It could be your kid. It could be when you were a kid. I just want to see some awesome Halloween costumes today. They do not need to be from this present moment. So we're having a costume contest. And at first we were just going to give away one NFT for this, but I was like, no, I want to like really encourage as many costumes as possible. So we're going to give away 3 NFTs for the costume contest. We'll give away an Elevate NFT and then 2 spooky officers from Bad Tattoos Town, which are very fitting for the Halloween holiday. And then we'll have our crystal giveaway. Someone will get to choose a spooky crystal of their choice from our crystal store. And then we'll give away a mini reading with Jana. So there are going to be a lot of chances to win. You do have to be in the space. It's so easy and straightforward. You have to be in the space, you have to retweet the space, and you have to follow the hosts. And if you're entering the costume contest, obviously you have to send us a photo, reply with a photo of your costume. So super easy. Please share the space. Please follow the hosts and please be here when we announce the winner. And that is all you have to do. So let's get into it. Let's start talking about Halloween and spooky season. Let's talk about some of our favorite things about fall. I could go on about this forever. I love the crisp weather. I love getting cozy. I love wearing warm clothes. I love hot beverages. I love seeing the leaves change. What do you love about fall and why is this time of year special to you, Abby?
Growing up in the Midwest here, where I live now, I love the 4 seasons, but classically, fall has always been my favorite season. In my older years, I've really grown to love summer, so I love summer until it ends. I don't want fall to begin early. I love fall for the season it is, but now that it is absolutely full on spooky season, it absolutely pulls up all those just kind of the things you were saying. There's such a warm and cozy. We're starting to shift, right, to a bit more introspective. It's not full winter introspection, but there's this shift where we can really connect with nature and the things that are shifting around us. It has always called to my kind of witchy self, my inner witch, if you will. I've always been very intrigued by, just the things that go deeper than just the surface of the nature of the season, spooky season in particular. I have a great aunt who was a witch, and my mom would never let me go near her and get a tarot reading at like family reunions, for example. But before she died, when I became an adult, we reconnected. And, I just feel like that kind of sense of mysticism and wonder has always been in my roots and in my like DNA. And, learning that Halloween is the witch's new year. I learned that early on in life. It's just always made this time of year really special. It feels like how some people look at New Year's Eve. I always look at Halloween as like this turn of the wheel, this fresh start to the season, this place to shift and go deeper within. So that's my long-winded answer to that question. How about you, Jana?
Oh, I love this season for a million different reasons. I sort of detest and despise winter, but I love the fall. I think that yeah, there definitely is this feeling of sort of settling into ourselves. I love the idea of letting things that are not for us, that we don't need anymore, die. That theme comes up a lot this time of year for me, especially as somebody who suffers from depression and seasonal depression. I definitely start to kind of ponder, like, okay, what needs to go, what's not coming with me, because you know Halloween basically means the onset of what will become holiday season, which to me is just an opportunity to think about the renewal and the rebirth of the calendar new year. So I love all of that, but mostly the thing that I love about Halloween is, or this time of year, is the colors. I live up here in Canada for today, and have lived here most of my life. And every single year, the fall colors blow me away. I can't believe the magic that the trees produce every single year, just existing like it's so easy in the summertime or in the winter to be like, yeah, there they are, and they're just doing their thing. But fall and spring remind us that these beings that we live among are very much alive, and it sort of reawakens me to my own power and my own connection to the earth, and to being able to equally sort of let things go and reinvent myself as the seasons turn. So I love that question.
Who doesn't love fall? I think you just have to be a real crazy person to not love this time of year. It is amazing. It is just, I feel like every year I look forward to seeing the colors, like you said, feeling the shift. I love that. I think Abby mentioned that this is Witch's New Year. And it's a fantastic time to clear out old energy and make space for the new, cleanse your space in general. um, so many good rituals that you can do in terms of just cleansing your space, aside from physically cleaning it up. But it's also a great time to honor the departed. And I feel like around Halloween, we know all these movies of zombies and people coming back from the dead. But autumn is definitely a time where nature is winding down and, kind of appearing to die before the dark and cold of winter comes. And Halloween is a great time to reflect on the memory of the departed, for anyone who feels called to do so, and also a great time to get your altar a little festive. So maybe add some spooky crystals, maybe some skulls and skeletons. Speaking of the dead and death, the skeletons also remind us of our mortality and remind us of the value of life. It's a good time to maybe do some divination or some tarot or pendulum swinging if you're into that. I would love to hear some before we do our first giveaway. So, first of all, let me give a cadence of giveaways. We're going to save costume winners for the end so we can give people as much time as possible to work up the strength and confidence to send in those costume photos. It might take you another half hour into this space to be like, all right, I feel safe and comfortable and I'm going to share my photo now. But I see a couple already. I see some lovely photos from Jody and your precious nugget. He is too cute. And I see an awesome photo from 11 with your pumpkin head. So I'm already seeing some good ones and I'm loving it. So I want to hear about some cherished Halloween memories. And Abby, you kick us off. You tell me about a special Halloween season memory that stands out to you, whether it's from your own childhood or a recent memory with your children who are now turning into young adults.
I love this question. So I only really had one Halloween that was fully supported by my parents. That they were still married when I was like in kindergarten. It might have been right before kindergarten, and they bought me like this is back. I'm a child of the '80s when costumes were plastic and came in that plastic packaging with the hard plastic mask that would kind of cut your face a little bit and very uncomfortable. And I was Big Bird that year. I think I was in kindergarten. I was Big Bird that year. And it is a happy memory because my parents were still married. My brothers both still lived at home. Everybody dressed up. And it was like, I thought that's how Halloween was going to be. It was just such a beautiful thing. Not long after my folks split. And my mom was kind of a holy roller and really thought and felt like Halloween was quote unquote of the devil, and really like did not really like me dressing up or trick-or-treating or any of those things. So I would do it, but without her blessing, and I would have to like make my own costumes or whatever, which was always fun and part of why I'm a creative person now. And so yeah, I didn't have the best Halloweens outside of that until I moved out. And then I would go all out and decorate and get really into pumpkin carving and all those things. And I've enjoyed the hell out of it. But you hit the nail on the head when you mentioned my kids. I think there's this golden age when you have more than one there probably is the same if you have one, but I have 3 kids. They're now, yes, aging, towards adulthood. But when they were all small and close together, those few years of trick or treating and Halloweening, we would have parties, and trick or treat was always so much fun, and we would all dress up. And I mean, those are some of the really my most golden days and magical memories are the few Halloweens when we were all here together and the kids were little, and we'd go just to town decorating. This year, we don't even have a pumpkin up or a slice of anything indicating that there is a holiday happening, but we all decided we're going to remedy that and like go over the top for Christmas. I digress.
I love that. I love it. I feel like, of course, there's so many family memories from different holiday times throughout the year. But I definitely have some spooky season memories that stand out to me as well, particularly around my youth and childhood. For those of us who grew up in the late 80s or the 90s, it's like every era and decade has its characters and its cartoons. So I remember in my elementary school, I was in 6th grade, so this must have been like, okay, maybe it's like late 90s at this point, early 2000s. I decided to be Scream for our 6th grade Halloween dance. And it was so odd because all the other girls were like princesses and fairies and like cute little characters. And like, I had this mask on, so everyone thought I was like one of the boys in class. And then I took my mask off and they were like, oh my God, it's Sierra. And that memory always stands out to me of just like having this gender neutral costume that fooled everyone. That being said, Jana, tell us about a cherished Halloween memory for yourself.
I love that. A cherished Halloween memory. There's so many. I think, my grandparents and my great grandfather used to take us trick or treating, and they called it shelling out. I don't really know why, but they just did. It was their, I don't know, their wording back then of what trick or treating was. They didn't call it trick or treat. And so my grandparents, my great grandfather would take us shelling out every single year, and every single year I looked forward to it so much because I just loved the way that my grandparents loved doing it. And we'd get home, and there was always like a tax that my grandfather and my grandmother would have. My grandmother gets the coffee crisp. My grandfather would get any of the licorice or any of the like candies, like some of the candies. He loved that. So he would always take stuff, and it just, there's something so familial about it, especially because we are fortunate enough to get two Halloween type holidays because we get Purim in the spring. So it was something that we always celebrated sort of twice a year, and so there's lots and lots of pictures of me kicking around in different costumes, being like Queen Vashti or Esther or whatever. It was just like there was always something, and I love to dress up. I love the opportunity to be really creative and all of that kind of stuff. So I have lots of great Halloween memories. So thank you for asking that question.
Oh, I love it. I love it. I love how the family memories come up first and it just kind of brings back these tingly heart feelings of different situations and circumstances where we felt close to loved ones. So, oh, I feel so warm and fuzzy hearing both your stories. All right, I feel like now is the time for our first giveaway winner. We have several giveaways and we only have an hour and we got to get all the giveaways in. So, we're going to save our costumes for last and we can let's give away our mini reading with lovely Miss Jana. And after we pick our winner, I'll let Miss Jana give some details as to what that reading will entail so you know what to expect. But let's start there. So, everyone in this space has followed the rules by now because you're all good boys and girls and theys and thems, and you have followed all the rules and you've shared the space and you have followed the hosts and you have stayed in the space for this long. So let's do it. What you don't see me doing right now is I'm on Wheel of Names. This is a website where it makes a little spinning wheel like Wheel of Fortune. And I am entering everyone's names into the wheel and I am spinning it. And we're going to see who our first winner is. All right. And I'm going to say too, you can win multiple prizes during this giveaway. So just because you win this reading with Jana doesn't mean you can't win an NFT or the crystal. Maybe you'll be ultra lucky and win everything. So our first winner is drum roll. It is 11. Who's here? 11 is here. And I know 11 took a little break from Twitter for a period of time because they were feeling sick, and they've returned to be a winner and a champion and win a reading with Jana. So I'm super excited about that. Congratulations, friend. Jana, do you want to tell us more about the reading that 11 is going to have with you?
Absolutely. So this is sort of a mini reading. It's not a full deep dive, but it will be a nice little overview, a nice opportunity to like kind of go deep real quick. So it'll be about 30 minutes. I will pull a bunch of cards and sort of give you what's coming through, what I'm noticing. You'll have a little bit of an opportunity to kind of unpack some of it with me in the moment, and it'll be a good foray into a deep dive, but it's always going to be a helpful thing. So congratulations, 11. Send me a DM. We will schedule a time.
Woohoo! Yay, that's awesome. I am so happy for you. I feel like with stuff like this, when it comes to energy healing and readings, I feel like these things come into our lives when we need them most. And I'm hoping that this really serves you. And I'm hoping that you're in a spot right now where you can receive all of the energy that Jana has to give you. And I hope it's an awesome experience. So, congratulations. That was our first giveaway. In about another 10 to 15 minutes or so, I'll do our second giveaway, which will be for our spooky crystal, which I'm really excited about because the crystal could be valued up to $55. That's the most expensive spooky crystal in our collection. So I'm pretty excited about that. So let's give it a few more minutes before we do that. Abby, is there anything particular that you are feeling called to talk about as it relates to Halloween?
Well, first, I just wanted to squeeze in a little hug and congrats to 11. That's really exciting. I'm glad that you're here in the space, 11, and that you were able to win that. That's super exciting. I love that we have some friendly faces in the room. Let's see, anything in particular to talk about regarding Halloween? One thought that I did have that I don't hear a lot of people talk about, but when you were speaking a little bit on kind of the we talked a little bit about which is New Year's. As does anyone follow a dumb supper? Have you ever set a dumb supper? It's again one of those things when I kind of branched out from the holy rolling that I was brought up in, and I branched out and really started to like tap into my pagan roots. This was something I read about when I was probably 13 years old and became obsessed with the idea. And I haven't done it every year, but I do it many years. And I'm kind of feeling called to do it again this year. But you alluded to it, kind of, well, maybe you didn't say, but the veil is the thinnest, right? This time of year. And it's a great time to tap into our ancestral energy and to set that space to invite those who are no longer with us, their energies, if they happen to be passing through, to come in and share space in our homes, right? To kind of honor the dead. It's very close to the Day of the Dead and similar. I'm not sure where the dumb supper actually, which tradition it's rooted in, but that's something that I was curious if anyone else has done or explored, or if there are any other traditions similar to that.
Yeah, I feel like we don't call the dead. However, um, I do. um, so I feel like, yeah, Judaism has a very, very interesting perspective on death, and traditionally, we don't. We let sleeping dogs lie, but myself and my grandmother and my other like my grandmother, my father's mother, and my mom's grandmother are both on both sides mediums. And so it is inevitable that I have the gift, mostly because I wasn't sort of turned away from it. But A lot of what I do in terms of the Halloween time calling in is mostly about kind of resetting the space. I do a lot of purging this time of year, and aptly we've come home so that I can do a lot of purging. Once upon a time, that kind of purging was different than the kind of purging I'm doing now. This is more of a energetic purge. I'm throwing away a lot of things that are not serving me, getting rid of the things that are sort of cluttering my energy. And then I do an awful lot of talking. I talk to my crystals, I talk to my plants, I talk to my ancestors. I light candles, I open books. The books often guide me to talk more. And surprisingly, unsurprisingly, it's just a lot of talking. And sometimes that looks like writing. And so a lot of times this time of year, I will sort of sit in the park and very coldly write a letter to an old self or an ancestor, and just kind of like, ask for the manifestations of my gifts to come to a new kind of level. This time of year for me, Abby, you were saying it's kind of like a new year. For me, it's more like an opportunity for me to ground back in with my gifts. The veil that people often talk about is it's we say it's thin. Really, what's happening is that we're connecting with Scorpio energy, and Scorpio is already barely on this side of the veil. So it's easier for us to connect with the other side because we are sort of aligned with that energy while the sun is in Scorpio. And so for me, I feel like there's a ton of opportunities to just really, really go deep with myself and start to think about, okay, what do I want to manifest? What do I want to create? And how can I work with the planets and the stars and where I can't come from to make some of those things come to fruition before the rejuvenation starts. I'm fortunate that I have lots of different New Years and lots of different celebrations because I have celebrated a lot of the sort of Christian or non-Jewish holidays plus the Jewish holidays. So it's like a really fun, I just integration of the two, I guess, for me.
Ooh, I love a blended holiday. My husband is Afghan and he's Muslim, and we have plenty of holidays in our house. God bless him for accepting my holidays and me for accepting his. And we just kind of push and blend some of them together, and it works. But no pork, but we don't eat pork here. I love that Jana mentioned Scorpio season. How can we have like a Halloween space without mentioning Scorpio season? Now is an awesome time to dive into yourself. Now is an awesome time to be reborn. So I think it is no coincidence that Halloween would fall right kind of smack dab in the middle of Scorpio season. Scorpio is kind of known to be intense and a bit mysterious and, a bit, yeah, I think intense and mysterious is the best way of putting it. So that makes me think about different crystals that I would like to work with during Scorpio season, and kind of different things that I just feel called to do during Scorpio season. It's a time where I kind of feel like themes of protection are coming up for me a lot. Themes of emotional healing are coming up for me, and introspection, a lot of like sitting with myself and my feelings, and a lot of intense feelings. What about you, Abby? What does your Scorpio season feel like?
It's so interesting. It's almost like clockwork sometimes, right? That new moon energy, especially Scorpio. I have been riding it high all week. It really has led me to start planting some seeds in my mind. Anyway, I haven't fully executed them into paper, as I know you are a person who encourages that, and so I've got that in my mind. But I have a lot of seed planting happening on an internal level. There has really been some stuff I have, you keep trying to let go of stuff, right? And it keeps coming up. I really feel this true, like, okay, there is a shift from one big chapter in my life into another. And I think I've been dragging my feet in certain areas, and I'm really ready to just shed skin, like to shed that skin and be really coming into this new chapter in my life. Hell, I think it's actually a new book. It ain't a new chapter. Let's be real. And so I'm really leaning into that and trying to resolve these conflicted emotions that I kind of waffle back and forth between. This Scorpio season is really encouraging me to dig into not being so indecisive, but to dig in and really examine what is it I feel about the situation and how can I move forward boldly in the direction of the things that I know I am worthy of. And so it's really this stepping into and letting go of. And it feels powerful. I feel more empowered this week. That full moon kicked my fucking ass. The last full moon we had, girl, oh my God. And I was weeping and I was, and so new moon in Scorpio, it feels really good. It feels like, yeah, wearing a crown. I don't know. That's how I feel today. What about you, Jana?
Oh, I feel like this new moon was also for me vastly different than the full moon. Um, the full moon, we were getting ready to come home, and for the new moon, we were here. And so I have also been in a stage of very much like a new book is being written. The old book is very much closed. Ironically, not ironically, some of the things that I'm purging are old journals that I'm like reading through and looking at and being like, whoo, girl, you've come a long way. And so there's definitely been a lot of that energy. And I feel like for me, as a water sign, Scorpio, I love me some Scorpio, man. I love Scorpio season. I love Scorpio people. Um, I love Scorpio risings, even though most people are like, how does anybody get along with a Scorpio rising? Give me a Scorpio rising any day. Um, I feel like there's so much magic available, and I feel my gifts are opening up. And one of the things that you guys obviously know, considering that today we had a big giveaway and I did a giveaway last week, and there's a whole bunch of things that I did a new moon workshop last week as well. And I've really been hearing loud and clear it's time to give a lot of things away, because I am feeling more abundant than I think I've ever felt in my life, and more in flow than I've ever felt, and more like I'm moving towards the things that I'm dreaming of. And that's because I've really built my life on a mindfulness practice. It's like sort of minute to minute to minute. Does this work? Does this make me feel good? Is this something that I want to do with my life? Is this something that makes me feel like I'm able to make an impact on the world? And if the answer is yes, then I'll do it. And if the answer is no, then you will not catch me anywhere near any of that. And I feel really empowered in all of that. And I also feel like my empowerment is going to empower others in a colossal way. So I'm feeling really grateful and excited. And I feel like the full moon that's now coming up is going to really, really be humongous, because we have Mars going into retrograde. And y'all, if you're scared of Mercury, Mars is the god of war. And so, certainly I would say do everything to protect your peace, because war is coming. We are going to war in one way or another. And so it's really important that you not have that war with yourself.
Well said. And I love that you mentioned if you can't handle Mercury, wait until you hear about Mars. I do feel like sometimes we tend to get fixated on these different astrological happenings, and like overly fixated on it to the point where like we make our own lives more difficult and tough. So thank you for that reminder that like every planet is here to beat our ass and we just have to take it. That's pretty
Oh my
funny.
God. I want to just say, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I do want to say, like, they're here to kick our ass, but that is because we need to have the progress as a species. Like, we need to grow, we need to evolve, we need to be better, we need to be kinder, we need to like love ourselves more, we need to love each other more, we need to like look at what all these shadows are because our planet has been ass backwards and focused on how much trauma there is instead of how much beauty and love and power there is in each individual. So these planets are fucking us up right now because we have the conscious understanding to understand that these things are happening. I want you all to know these planets have been moving for millennia. They've been affecting us as a species the whole time. We're just tapping into it. So use the powers that you are being given, use the tools that we are aware of, and work with them instead of having them work against you.
Hallelujah. I love that you mentioned you're feeling called to give things away this season. I have witnessed that firsthand. You have been very generous in the last several weeks, and it's just interesting that this is a whole space dedicated to giving things away. So I guess we are aligned and we're also feeling very generous. And that being said, it feels like a good time to announce another giveaway winner. If you're in this space, you're a good boy or girl or they or them, and you have retweeted the space, you have followed the hosts, and you have been in this space long enough to hear that I'm going to announce your name as a winner. So, what you don't see me doing right now is opening up my Wheel of Names tab amongst my 100 tabs open on my computer. And I am adding a few new names to our wheel because I see we have some new PFPs. There's Rita, there's Yin, there's James, there's Dreamscape, Christine. How y'all doing? Welcome. Let's get y'all on this wheel and let's give it a spin. Oh, Astro Baby. Oh no, Astro Baby isn't here anymore. Gotta get their name off the wheel. 1 second. All right, I'm giving it a spin. And all right, our second giveaway is going to be for a spooky crystal of your choice from our website, goodjuju.com. And I'm spinning the wheel right now. And we have a winner. Our winner happens to be a witch, and that witch is Rita. Congratulations. Congratulations. You have won a spooky crystal of your choice. To claim your prize, please send me a DM. You can DM this account, Good Juju, or you can DM me, Juju Mama, or our NFT account, Juju Gallery. One of the Jujus will get that Juju to you for you to have your crystal. Congratulations. We still have another giveaway. So if you're sitting in the audience right now and you're like, what's going on? I haven't won anything. Like I've been here like 40 minutes. Like I want to win something. We are going to give away 3 NFTs. So there is a good chance that you may win one of those NFTs, which I'm really excited about. So just hang out with us a bit longer, another 20 minutes or so, and you could win an NFT. How you feeling, Abby?
I feel good. You are on top of things, by the way. I'm just in awe of all the things that you've got going on and that you do and that you handle with such grace. I feel energized just listening to you, my friend. So this is really an exciting space. It's extra fun having Jana here as a co-host with us this week. And I don't know, I'm just chilling and enjoying the vibes and smiling my ass off and just really having a good time with this conversation.
I did want to mention some fun crystals for spooky season. I feel like every season I like to swap out different crystals and kind of change what I'm working with. And during this time, particularly, there are certain crystals that always kind of tend to find their way back into my life. And there has to be a reason for that. One of those crystals that always comes up for me around this time is labradorite. Labradorite is this crystal that has this like amazing, colorful flash. Sometimes it's like a bluish or a purple or a yellow, just like an amazing rainbow of colors. And like this is a crystal of higher wisdom and protection. And I don't know, maybe it's because Scorpio season is like really corresponds to death and rebirth. This crystal just feels like a good choice to kind of help get down to the root of what needs to be removed and what's no longer serving you. It's an awesome, awesome crystal for this time of year, and it has found its way back into my bag. Another one that's been coming up a lot for me is tourmalated quartz. So, tourmalated quartz is clear quartz with inclusions of black tourmaline, and they look like little kind of black lines running throughout it. And like, this is another crystal that's like protective. It can help with like transmuting negative energy. But for me, it's really helping me kind of integrate my shadow. Like when I have a lot of, when I have a lot of yuck coming up, which Abby knows I had some yuck coming up because I sent her a voice memo like in tears a few days ago. This is one that always comes up for me. And I see lovely Jana has her hand raised, probably to talk about some lovely crystals. What's going on, Jana?
Like exactly that, crystal. Let me just tell you that I've been, clearing out the house and doing all kinds of stuff. And I set up my altar, and I was like, I had forgotten that I have two towers of tourmalated quartz. And I was like, I, I literally, I knew I had the one, but the other one totally like blipped out of my brain. And I've been just like kind of toting it around, and it's like it's in my hand right now. Like it I was like, did you call to the one in my pocket? So I just love you. That's all. And all the crystals, all forever. And I'm working on some crystal content that will eventually surface when I can figure out how to use my terrible camera in a good way. But yes, all the crystals, get all the crystals, have them all with you. Ground, 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 ground.
I have to jump in and say it was really you, Jana, that got me back into to really working with crystals on a daily basis for myself. I'm always like, you here, you this, you that, giving things away or helping other people. But it was you, Jana, a few months ago that said you really need a double terminated quartz, and you need to start working with crystal energy and angel energy more often and regularly. And because of that, I have been, and I love this conversation. Just last night, I have a big piece of black tourmaline that I haven't worked with at all in a long time. But I was pairing that with that big ass double terminated quartz that I got from my friend Sierra. It's my favorite thing. This in the last couple of months since I received it. I maybe it's not been 2 months. Hell, I don't. Yeah. Anyway, it's been a minute, and I work with it every day, and it has been kind of amazing. And if you'll notice, I posted my little Ursula costume today, but I'm wearing a Labradorite necklace, but I wear it every day and have been for months and months and months. I love that energy so much. I love Labradorite so much. But yeah, it's really been neat working with crystals with intention again, and it's the two of you, really just awesome people that I've come to know in this space, that brought me back to that. And so I feel like all of these things, right, come from within. These are all just tools we bring into our toolbox to kind of manifest the stuff that and amplify, right, our efforts that we already have going on. But it's been really cool, to kind of, I don't know. It's the universe brought us together. The metaverse brought us together, and it feels really cool, and to feel like the universe supports us, right? And brings us what we need if we're just open to it. And I think all of us clearly have been. And so, I don't know, it just feels really cool. I love you ladies.
Mm, I love y'all, and I love that we're so aligned in terms of our crystal picks for right now. It's like meant to be. My goodness. I have to quickly mention that if you want to enter this last giveaway, you have to send us a picture of you in a costume. That's a prerequisite. So it's pinned to the top of this space. You just have to respond to that tweet with a picture of you, or it could be your child. That's okay. Or you and your family. It could be from last year, from 2 years ago. It doesn't have to be from this weekend, but we need a pic of you in a costume. In order for us to enter you into this last giveaway. And we have more than 3 people who have sent pictures of them in costume. So we definitely have enough people to pull from. But I just want everyone to know that. That being said, yes, the metaverse brought us together. And you and I were having a separate conversation earlier today about how much nastiness there is on the internet and how the internet can be a really dark and scary and disgusting place when you venture into certain corners of it. And I'm sure all of us being on social media and exploring different platforms have felt that way at times, where we stumbled into an area of the internet and we were like, well, I'm not welcome here. This isn't for me. So when you use the internet mindfully and intentionally, and you connect with people who you're aligned with, it is just such a beautiful and powerful thing. And it's just proof that it's not that the internet is bad. It's that there's some bad people out there abusing it. It's never the technology, it's us, it's always us. But that being said, just I'm so grateful for the connections I've made through the metaverse and through Web3. And it's just, it totally makes up for all the trolls and mean people who just fuel themselves with vitriol, as you said, Abby. So thank you. Thank you for proving that not everyone online sucks, and that not everyone who is anonymous and hides their face does it because they have something awful to say. That's really how I was starting to feel. I was starting to feel like, okay, people are anonymous online because they want to be awful, and that is kind of true to some extent, but NFTs have proven to me that's not always the case. Sometimes just people want their fucking privacy, and that's okay. So things have really come full circle, and I'm just so grateful for this experience and both of y'all.
I want to say to that, um, I posted a thread not long ago earlier today, that talks about the fact that there are good and bad people out there in all walks of life. And the good ones, I believe, will prevail. I believe that we are going to come to a place in human history, I have to believe it, where those of us who are in alignment with just being good and doing good are going to be good in the end. And those who are hiding behind screens or behind dollars or behind corporations or behind, letters like IRS and things like that, I think that there's going to be a big reckoning. And personally, I am popping my popcorn and getting ready because I think that that vibration is going to shift, and I believe that love is going to win. Like, I have to believe it. I have to believe it, otherwise I'm like, what the fuck am I doing here? So I feel like obviously something has been going on over there on the internet for you, Sierra, and I'm sorry that it has. But I will say, I've kind of nestled into the little sort of, as the Mystic Sisters would say, like into their little cozy fort. And that is where I will be staying, and I will not be leaving. And you will not find me outside of that. You will not find me in places and spaces where people can attack me anonymously, and get away with it, because I'm over that vibe. I don't fuck with that energy. Pardon my language. So it will only be good vibes going forward, but not in a you know, fake love and light kind of way, but in the real, like, we're just doing the word. Doing the work. That's what we're doing. We're doing the work with the word. So yeah, I hope that whatever is happening over there just goes away, cast it out, put yourself in a little bit of salt circle, and do whatever you got to do to call on your angels and send that energy back times 10 and get the opposite in your direction. I'll send my energy into whatever that container is for you too, because you deserve such just like love and success and peace and joy in your life. Both of you and all of you listening, just truly, we all deserve love and peace.
It's because I joined Reddit. It's not you, it's Reddit. People on Reddit are just mean as hell, and I had no idea. And I am a whole grown woman. I am 30 years old. I've been on the internet a real long time, and I had no clue that people were just mean as hell on Reddit. I was like, wow, I'm late to this party. You show up, you post a nice genuine comment, you get trolled to the point where you're like, all right, I'm never opening this tab of my computer again. But you live and learn, right?
I used to be on Reddit, and Reddit for me happened when I got off Twitter the first time. I was on Twitter and I was like, Twitter has become a dark place. I have to go now. And then Reddit became that, like, the next wave of where I was. And then it turned into that. And I was like, no, we're not doing that either. So just don't go there. I'm happy that they're coming to crypto. I'm happy that they're stepping into the NFT world. Y'all are welcome. The nice ones will find us where they're meant to, but the not nice ones, I'm fine. Thank you.
Oh my goodness. I just tried to branch out. I just tried to branch out. I just want to give a quick disclaimer. I am sorry to say we're not going to be having any speakers today, only because we're running a tight ship so that we can get all these giveaway winners announced within our allotted hour so we can be respectful of everyone's time. So just putting that out there, I would like to announce our winners as close to the end of this space as possible because, like I said, I want to give y'all some time to work up the confidence to get those costume photos out into the world. I'm still waiting to see a few more. I've seen some awesome ones. This one that Christine just sent in is fantastic. I love when people do costumes of their NFTs, and especially I'm seeing some amazing ones this year. I kind of there's still time for me to do it, I guess, but I don't have the things. I kind of regret not getting stuff to dress as an NFT this year. Y'all are killing it. It's amazing. So there's still time. The tweet is pinned at the top of this space. Just respond to that tweet with a picture of you in a costume, and you will be entered into the NFT giveaway. There's going to be 3 winners. So you still have 8 minutes ish to get that photo in. Don't forget.
And you can pull back from past Halloweens, right? It doesn't have to be current. Doesn't really even have to be Halloween. Who's looking? Some of you I know are cosplay friends in our space, so feel free to post anything. You've got a few minutes, and just to kind of share in the fun and all that vibe. I have all these tentacles around the house. Imagine that. And so, yeah, I threw together a super fast version of Ursula and posted it out. I know I'm not in for the running, but I still wanted to have some fun with the costumes since we didn't do anything for Halloween around the house. My girls are like, "Oh my god, what are you doing? It's Twitter. How is anyone going to know you're in costume?" Oh my goodness. Yes. So it was fun. It was fun to be able to be creative in that way. And yeah, I love any excuse to be dripping in tentacles. So there you go. Are you doing any, you said, do you have, you said you had a cute Halloween outfit. Did you post your picture, Sierra? We got to see what cute thing you're doing.
I do not have a cute Halloween. I have like a cute Halloween shirt on, and it has a pumpkin, and it says "Let's get smashed," and it's like a silly shirt. But I'm not in like a full costume. We're gonna have trick or treaters and stuff on Monday, so maybe I'll get adventurous and dress up to entertain the children who come and ask for candy. I see we have another picture that just came in. A mask. You in your mask and your kitty. I love it. Pets get bonus points. Pets in costumes get double bonus points. As long as it's not like a costume where the pet is visibly uncomfortable and like can't wait to get out of it. But thank you. Thank you for these photos. These photos are absolutely awesome. Are you doing anything interesting for Halloween, Jana?
Yeah, yeah, not interesting, but fun. I am going to see all the kidlets, all of my nieces and my nephew. I'm going to be hitting up every single one of their little squishy Halloween costumes. And my 2 little ones are going to be trick or treating. The bigger of the two, who is 2, this will be her first time shelling out, and so she's going to be going with my mom and my grandma and me and my dad and Moshe and her parents. So I'm really looking forward to it. It's so exciting. And yeah, we're past the point of wanting to go out for parties and stuff. I wish that we did want to do that, but I just don't. I'm in my onesie, and that is my quote unquote costume for today and for the weekend.
Oh, to be clear, I'm already out of my costume. I put it on. I took some cute pictures. It's already off. I still look cute though. My makeup and my hair is still cute. So, but I have my girls with me this weekend, so I'm so excited to be home with my family, and they are past like wanting me to trick or treat. Like they're still gonna go. They're 12 and 14, but I'm not. They don't want me to go. So, I'll be passing out candy on my own. We probably won't even get any trick or treaters since we don't have any decorations out there. But my middle child was like, she's always like, just put like the almond joy in a bowl. Only give out like the crappy candy that we don't want and keep all the good stuff. So we'll see what happens. I don't know.
I'm so embarrassed that every time someone mentions crappy candy, it's something I love. Like it's always like Mounds or Almond Joy, and I'm like, those are my favorite candy bars. It just makes me feel like such a candy dweeb. I'm like, wow, I guess my candy taste is not popping.
Or, or plot twist, you have the best candy taste ever because nobody even wants to steal your shit. You're just cream of the crop candy selection. My grandfather was that. He was like, he liked those weird bonbon things. I don't know how to describe them. I'm gonna find a photo of them and post them on that thread so you know what I'm talking about. But girl, you just have the best taste of anybody that nobody can even touch your candies, you know?
I like that spin. I love that spin.
I don't have to worry about anyone. Well, now for Halloween, like because I have no self control, I've been intentionally buying candy that I know I don't like. Otherwise, it's like I'll buy it 3 days before Halloween, and then there's like two left, and I'm like, goodness gracious! Like now I'm buying things that I'm like, "Ugh, I wouldn't eat that even if there were 30 of them in my cupboard right now."
I've been good this year. We did buy Halloween candy early. The kids are, of course, hitting it hard, but I've been strangely craving less sugar lately. I will not share why that is, but I know exactly why that is, and it's been nice to not have such big sugar cravings. It's fun to go through those different seasons. So we'll see. We'll see when the holidays hit how much that lasts, but I'm enjoying the moment.
It's because you're getting so much sweetness from everybody else in life. You don't need
Imagine
that
that.
sugar.
That might be. And you know what? That really is true. I have so many sweet friends, and you ladies are among them. So thank you for all the love. You all these sweet people. Yes, that's it. That's exactly it.
Now feels like a good moment to start spinning our wheel again, our wheel of names. I feel sad for anyone who hasn't sent us a picture yet of them in a costume because you're missing the opportunity to win one of these NFTs. I'm going to refresh my notifications one more time just to see if there's any stragglers who have changed their mind at the last minute and want to send a photo.
Sierra's giving a teacher who really wants everybody in the class to win vibes.
You must participate. All right, I'm not going to pressure y'all. Let's get this wheel spinning. We have enough people who have sent us photos that we will be able to give all of these NFTs away, and that's all that matters. So let's do it. Let's see who our winners are and wrap our space up. I'm going to get this wheel spinning. This wheel is so fun too because it actually spins. Like you click it and it spins like a real wheel. So let's spin it and see who. So our first NFT winner is going to be for the Elevate NFT from Abby. And I'm spinning the wheel. I'm spinning the wheel. Oh my goodness. It's 11's lucky day. You won again. That is too funny. It's like a really lucky day for you. Congratulations, friend. You won a reading and an NFT today. If this wheel lands on your name again, you cannot win another one of these NFTs. We have to share the love. So let me spin it again and see if someone else is having some luck other than 11. All right, our second winner is Gutter Jack. Are you still here, Gutter Jack? Yes, you are. Congratulations. You sent us a photo and you were added to the wheel, and you have won one of our Spooky Officer NFTs. So send a message with your wallet, and I will send that over to you. Congratulations, friend. And it's just in time for Halloween. You can use it as your spooky PFP if you want. Um, okay. I'm spinning it again. I'm spinning it again. And we have Christine. TS Christine, congratulations. Didn't you win? You won another one of our giveaways for something else recently, I remember. So you're also a very lucky person. Congratulations. You have just won a Spooky Officer NFT. And you know what? I I feel really generous right now. And I feel like I want to give another spin and like maybe one more Spooky Officer because I minted 10 of them and I don't need 10. Like, I only have one PFP. Like, there's no need to have 10. So let's spin one more time. And I want to give one more away. And let's see who gets this extra bonus. It is lovely Jody. Lovely Jody. Congratulations. I am so happy for you. You always come and hang out in our spaces, and you totally deserve this spooky officer. So, who do we have? We have Jody, Gutter Jack, and Christine. Please don't forget to send me your wallet addresses so I can send you these NFTs. Feel free to send them directly to this account that I'm on the space from, or my personal account, Juju Mama, whatever floats your boat. If you have an ENS instead of a long wallet name, that's totally cool too. Just send that over and we will get you your prizes. Congratulations. Woo!
So exciting. Congratulations, everybody. This was so much fun. I'm so excited. 11, you totally deserve it. You are 11 after all. That's a lucky, lucky number. So I'm so excited that you get that. Be sure to just DM me your wallet. And I will get that right over to you. I'm so excited for everybody. I hope everyone's feeling some fun vibes and that you get to relax or have fun in whatever way that looks for you today. I'm super pumped that we had this space. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, ladies, for having me. I'm so grateful to have shared this space, and congratulations to all the winners.
Thank you for being here, Jana, and thank you for generously deciding to contribute a mini reading for our pot of giveaway prizes. It was awesome to have you as one of our first official guests on Mindful Business, and it was awesome to have this spooky party and NFT giveaway and so many things happening for Halloween. It was very festive. So, congratulations to all of our winners. Just a quick recap so no one forgot their prizes. 11 won our reading with Jana. Rita won our spooky crystal of their choice from Good Juju. And then our NFT winners are as follows. 11 won our Elevate NFT. And we have 3 spooky officers to give away. And those will go to Gutter Jack, Jody, and TS Christine. So, congratulations. Thank you so much for hanging out with us the last hour. Halloween is now only 2 days away, 48-hour countdown at this point. So I hope everyone has a super spooky and super safe Halloween. Enjoy all the candy and all of the festivities. We will see you for our next episode of Mindful Business. Goodbye, everyone. Have an awesome weekend.